Yep.
You want to talk to Skip?
Yes.
All right, Sheila says she doesn't see it yet. Wait. Okay, wait. We're not live yet, guys. So we're gonna restart because Sheila
Yeah,
says
I need that phone back ASAP.
Yeah, I was trying to share it, but I don't see it.
You're trying to skip to log in.
Okay, all right,
Yeah, but
guys, we're getting ready. Here we go. We're going live. Everyone quiet. Here we go. We are now going live.
Skip, will you go live? We're going live right now.
Just waiting for Sheila. Hold on. We should be live.
PDF?
Pete Shapiro.
Okay, good. Sorry.
All right, here we go.
Everything going okay?
Oh, wait. Hold on. Nothing like technical difficulties. Hold on. Here we go.
Okay, guys. What's the link? How do we look at it too? Here we go.
Hang on. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Quiet on the set. And here we are. We're live. Welcome to the Rockin' Talkin' Talk Show, brought to you by From the Earth and Think EXP. I'm the Moss Man, and in the room with us here, I got some good friends and co-hosts. I'd like to go around and introduce. We got the one and only, the legendary Scott Page.
Oh, geez, thank you very much.
Saxophonist of Pink Floyd, Supertramp, and Toto. We got Norwood Fisher over here to my right from the legendary band Fishbone. We got Stephen Perkins, the one and only drummer, Jane's Addiction, Porno for Pyros, Banyan, and many, many more. Kenny Olson, the Hendrix Experience, the Twisted Brown Trucker Band, and of course, the one and only, the crazy, the young, the Derek Day, the most badass musician I know.
Ta-da, ta-da.
Yeah.
How y'all doing? Everybody good?
Weiner Artbird, right?
Yes.
Derek keeps us young, right? Keeps all of us older guys a little younger because he's got that spirit that lifts us up. We love him.
I'm only 12.
So I'd like to welcome everybody to the Rockin' Talk Show. Basically, the way this came about is obviously we're all sitting here. We're stuck. We're in quarantine thanks to the wonderful COVID-19. And we were talking, and we're all music fans. We're musicians, and we're all going through these crazy times together. And we're looking for ways to stay connected, to stay in touch, to stay relevant, to try and have some sense of normal in this very not normal time that we're all going through. And we came up with the idea of doing the Rockin' Talk Show, where we can have conversations about things that are going on in the world and how to stay current and how to laugh together and maybe even cry together. And that's what we're doing. And we're doing this every single week, brought to you by From the Earth, brought to you by Think EXP. And there you have it. We're here. We got a great show for you today. We've got a couple of great special guests. We've got Peter Shapiro, the one and only Peter Shapiro, who we'll talk about later in the show. And of course, the amazing Nikki Glaspie, one of the most amazing drummers out there. So there you have it. And last week, well, actually it wasn't last week, it was on 420. We had our first show. We had a little bit of technical difficulty. We tried to go live at 420 on 420-2020, and I guess we weren't the only people trying to go live at that time. So
Willie Nelson was in full action that night.
That's right.
Yeah.
You were competing with the best, right?
We got Mark Geiger, and we just want to thank last week's guests, Mark Geiger and
He was great. Very informative.
Yeah.
Right?
Great Kenny Aronoff, which is one of the greatest.
And So
Yeah.
on that note, I think what I'd like to do is, like right behind me here is an incredible poster that is Think EXP at the Wisdom, and it is beyond the wall. And I'm going to hand it over to Scott Page right now to give us a little insight. What is Think EXP, Scott?
All right, so Think was basically an idea of really looking at where's the new entertainment business, and especially now we can see we're getting ready to go in a new era. But the whole idea of Think was kind of really look at where the industry was going, and so it's really an experience-based entertainment company. And these guys, we have a core band, which is part of our entertainment circle, and this is the band here. And then we actually bring different people in to be also to play with the band. We have Tony Franklin sometimes does it when Norwood can't do it. And what we've been doing are these shows, a whole bunch of experimental shows this last year, playing in a 360-degree immersive dome. And in that dome, the whole idea was to create a musical experience and a visual experience. And we had a pretty successful run there. We pretty much almost sold out all 40 shows that we did there. And so we realized that that's really where the new business is going. So all of us here, I've got Mr. Stephen Perkins down there, who we've been working with all the time. We've been doing all these shows. And our first experience has been a Think Floyd experience. So we've been doing a Pink Floyd show in this 360 dome. And now we're actually working on some other new shows and really thinking about how we can create live experience. And now with what's going on, the combination of moving live experience, online experience, and even thinking about hooking up delivery services with things that people can have to be part of the live experience, even at home. So we're working in those areas.
And I'll just say it's been an amazing thing to see and witness. But how did it come together, Scott?
That's funny. You were there.
I would like to think that I was a seed in the idea.
Oh, you're absolutely the seed.
And Norwood was really the guy. So what happened was I've been thinking about trying to build this thing for a while, and people have asked me about, hey, do this Floyd thing, and I never really did. Norwood calls me up and says, hey, we've got a residency at this place called The Mint, and we're going to do a classic album every month, once a month at this place. We want to do Wish You Were Here. And I said, sure, let's go. So I ended up showing up that day, and we're all trying to work that. And everybody, it was really funny because it all sounded like it was so simple, right? But the whole album was a gig, and we scrambling at the end there. And that's where I actually met Steve. I met Perkins there that time. And so Norwood was the one that put this together. So during that conversation, Mr. David Moss over here, we start talking about the whole idea of the dead, what was it?
Jazz is dead.
Jazz is dead, the whole idea of that kind of thing. So we started mashing the idea again of the immersive entertainment things I was working on with kind of the things we're doing. So that would be the beginning of the Think experience. Yeah.
I love it. Let me also throw out to our viewers, share this right now. This is live, and in a short time, we might allow a couple of you viewers to join us in this Zoom conference to ask a question of your favorite rock star right here. So if you're interested in joining us, throw some comments out there. And our co-producer here, Sheila, will instruct you on how to get into our Zoom meeting here.
Are we going PG or R-rated?
Hey,
That's a good question.
I don't know that
Good
that's been established.
I've never had parental guidance, so I'm not sure what pediatric means.
So guys,
So Perkins.
we're in day
Go ahead.
68. We're in day 68 of isolation.
Wow.
It's
Hard to
just
believe.
unbelievable. And I just want to know, I'm going to go around the room. Derek, let's start with you. You've been in isolation 68 days. That's like half your life already. And what have you been doing to keep your sanity? And what have you been doing during the isolation?
I'll tell you this, my right arm is tired. No, I'm just kidding.
I
No,
use my
sorry.
left.
So you've been working in the yard again, I guess. Right?
We're in the R-rated zone now.
Anyway,
Go
no,
with the lefty.
yeah, you know, switch. Like Hendrix, like Kurt Cobain. No, but you know, just writing a lot of writing, and you know, live streaming all the time. This is awesome. And do a Wednesday live stream every Wednesday 8 p.m. I join other people's live streams and stuff like that. And yeah, just writing and recording. I finally got a laptop, so I've been, you know, using an interface, and just every idea, just put it out, and there you go. That's it. That's all I've been doing.
I love it. And I see you got your guitar and your mic. Just for those that are tuning in, Derek is going to close us out at the end of the show with a song. It's going to be badass, and I guarantee it's worth sticking around for.
Yeah.
So, Perk, how about you? You're home, you and Cindy and Eden, you guys are hanging out. How's it been for you?
Well, I've been playing a lot of drums here at Perkins Palace Studio. And the last 2 weeks, I've been putting all the mics up and getting all the outboard gear. And I'm getting the control room ready so I can start recording at the studio, because it's always been a drum jam room. And on Saturday, I'm going to do a session with my son, Eden. And he's going to record guitar tracks for a young band. And so, you know, I've just been kind of being musical and being artistic in a sense, eating good, and spending a lot of time with my family, and being an artistic guy, trying to create music and art. And I think that's really what saves my soul, is taking it in and then putting it back out.
I love it. I love it. And we have a clip of Eden on the guitar that maybe we'll show at some point. Hey, Norwood.
Yeah.
How you doing, Norwood? Any positive stuff coming out of this crazy pandemic?
You know, for me, actually, I've been doing a bunch of live streaming with my friend. All of us are good friends with Beebs.
Yep.
And so I've been putting in a lot of time just recording. You know, very fortunately, I've been doing bass lessons online for like a long time. I wanted to say 3 years. It might be more like 5 years. And, you know, so I got a few bass students, and they pushed me to explore and grasp more. Some of them pushed me because I got to keep ahead of them musically to remain a potent teacher. Yeah. But otherwise, I'm writing a lot. And as soon as Perkins get the drum room up, like, I got bass lines for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. I'm your man.
I was ready to go.
And I bet Kenny over here, you got some guitar lines for him. What have you been doing, Kenny?
Well, you know, this is a time where, you know, where I know we're all doing a lot of soul searching. Stuff's really heavy, and, you know, it's, yeah, but I've been doing a lot of writing. I mean, I've been actually quite amazed. Every time I picked up a guitar, it's been like going fishing, and I've been catching something every time, and just kind of been rolling with it, and just, you know, like I said, just doing a little soul searching, and just, you know, like the rest of the world, we're just kind of like, where does it go from here? And, you know, like we had our last thing we did on 420, and that was, you know, it's just got, you know, my mind's constantly, you know, trying to stay ahead of what's going on so we can keep making music. I mean, I miss being with you guys. I mean, I haven't seen any of you guys. I haven't been back in California in like a month now or so, and I'm like, you know, itching to get back there, like everybody's itching to get out. But it's just been trying to be productive and, you know, keep myself spiritually intact, and, enjoying time with, you know, some friends and family. I'm up here in Michigan right now, so, and it's not as warm
The
here.
home of the free and the brave, right? There you go.
Been spending some time
Here
in
we are doing this.
nature
Everybody's
time.
everywhere.
A lot of nature
Right.
time too. Been getting some hikes, you know.
Got your gun?
Mhm.
And I'm not part of that whole.
Isn't that
just
part
been out
of
with
the
the
deal
nature.
to be in Michigan? Scotty Page.
He's in
Yeah.
killing nature.
You know, I've been spending a lot of time, you know, actually I'm practicing like I've never practiced before. I feel like a kid again, like when I used to get up, smoke a fatty and play all day long. Now, I haven't done that in years, and it's like I'm pounding this thing all day long. And finally learning how to really play scales like I never had before. So I'm actually very happy about that. But most of my time is I've been really thinking about, you know, it's like the world just got shook. And the whole thing is like a new thing. And I'm really excited about the opportunities right now in the entertainment space. Because the more I've been spending a lot of time with, you know, I come out of technology and areas that I'm talking to all my tech, this is a lot of time. I'm reaching out to all my friends kind of to just get a feel of the landscape, where the market's going, where the opportunities are. I'm telling you, I think there's going to be incredible things that are going to come out of this. There's some amazing new things. And I think it's great to see all the artists. I can't believe all these people are online now, building their fan bases, building that new model of that direct-to-consumer is the direct-to-consumer world. So for me, and then the other thing is I just like, you know, I meditate a lot, so I go out in nature all the time. So I'm lucky I live up in the hills and the woodlands, and I go up and down the hills and, you know, kind of think, and, you know, so I'm actually digging it a lot in a lot of ways.
Yeah, we got to get a lot of exercise in this day and age with all the.
For me, I'm looking at the positive. I'm doing 3-mile walks almost every day, and I haven't done that in I can't remember how long. I'm spending more time, you know, talking to the people that I'm closest with, and I'm saving a ton of money on toothpaste and shampoo, soap, and laundry detergent. And all that. I actually shaved and brushed my teeth today for this.
Right.
You got to brush the teeth and everything. You're gonna be wearing that mask. You're just gonna be like taking it out on yourself, you know.
You know what's
I
great?
was noticing how good you smelled too. You smell really good.
What's great about your company, From the Earth, is a lot of that medicine is needed right now, and a lot of people, like Scott said, are self-medicating, but in a good way, and it's a creative thing, and it also de-stresses people. And I think, you know, not to take advantage of the time at home and get stoned and sit on a couch, use it as medicine and relax and get away from all the tension and all this news and be creative with it. And I'm excited for when the shit goes through the fan, now that it hit it, what's next? Like Scott was saying, what's going to happen in this creative world of music and art and everything we have now? We're going to have something new to talk about, something new to write about, new poetry, new music, new power. And that's exciting for me.
No, it is exciting because you're going to see so much innovation. I can't even tell you how much innovation is going on right now. It's crazy. People are looking for all new ways to take advantage of this kind of new era behavior. The planet behavior has changed, not unlike what happened when 9/11. It completely changed transportation, right? Well, this one just shaking things up. So it makes you start to think creative again, right? I mean, even the little guys now have a shot against the big guys because a lot of them are all shook up too.
Yeah.
Like the models are shifting, and this direct-to-consumer thing is going to start taking off even more and more and more because I can now start building my own businesses. So I think you're going to see some insane innovation and some great music and some great creativity coming out of this for sure.
I want to point out that it's not often that we get this much talent, musical talent, in one room, in one place at one time. We were doing some math before we went on, and we have over 225 years of combined music experience right here. And we're about to bring a person into our meeting here that's going to add another 30, 40 years to that number right here. And I'm going to turn it over to Kenny. Kenny, why don't you introduce our first guest?
We got Petey ready?
Yeah, he's ready, baby.
Peter is he's my soul brother. He's been a very dear friend for a long time. Him and my little cousin were roommates in college, and then they were roomies in New York, and we've known each other forever. And we first, there he is.
Yeah, I liked hearing that. I wanted to hear that.
Keep going, Kenny. Keep going.
Well, I mean, Pete is a very spiritual, magical part about all this. I'm going to go back a little bit. Like I said, like Pete and I go way back to basically right out of school, and we reunited. And Pete, they did his first IMAX. That was the first IMAX movie with music involved that you did. Back in what year was that?
2000.
2000. You released it in like 01, because I remember when you came to Detroit and stayed at my
came
house.
out in 01. Yeah.
But we hadn't seen each other in years, and I was with Kid Rock. We were playing with the Grammys, and so they said, "Yeah, we're gonna go out and film this, do this movie." A couple days before, and Pete had like Sting, Sheryl Crow, Macy Gray, George P. Funk, George Clinton.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Kenny. Oh, good memory, Kenny.
Yeah, it was, and I was like all like excited, and then here I'm, reunited with, it's like, I mean, shit, we've been running together for a long time, and he made this most amazing movie. Pete's, I can't say enough about what he's accomplished in the world and what he's done for all us fellow musicians. But years ago, when Norwood and Perkins were both, Peter put a show together at the Brooklyn Bowl in Vegas. Did you? I think you guys do it on the East Coast too. Original one when you had Jane's Addiction and Fishbone.
Well,
Yeah, and
Vegas.
yeah, and in Norwood.
Good Norwood.
Yeah, and Norwood and Perkins and I have been, because we've gone way back. I'm not going to say how long, because then you guys will know how old we are. But we went to the rock and roll boot camp in the late 80s, early 90s when I moved from Detroit to LA. And, we just started talking about getting together. And and Pete, it was like the perfect reunite thing, because Pete had booked a show with Fishbone and Jane's Addiction. And so even after their show, Norwood and Steve and I went, and DJ Hurricane went over to the Palms, the studio there in Vegas, and first started working together. And then Norwood and Scott and and Perkins started collaborating, and then we this whole band started together, like the Think EXP thing, when we started doing that. We did this big thing for NAMM show years and years ago, and that's when they brought me and introduced me to Scott and everything, and it all, you kind of like, without even knowing, like you always do for all these amazing musicians, because you would not believe how many amazing artists out there. You could ask anybody from Warren Haynes, anybody, be like, oh yeah, if it wasn't for Pete, I would. It's like you've done a lot of stuff for amazing people, and I'm so glad to see you. Looking at your face there.
Well,
we got to get back to that. I mean, just hearing you talk about it, makes me miss it.
Just to summarize some of the other things too. I mean, we're talking the Brooklyn Bowl in Las Vegas, in New York. I think London as well. I think Peter, you promoted the Fare Thee Well concert, the final, the 50th anniversary for the Grateful Dead, the Lock-In Fest, Relics Magazine, the Jammy Awards, and a whole bunch of stuff. So,
Wetlands.
Yeah.
Wetlands.
I'm the Wetlands guy.
I
think we
had
grew up
some of
about
the favorite times of my life in the wetlands.
Yeah, no, that's me too. I've been going. You can hear it in my voice. I got the Wetlands. To have that scratch.
That's
Wetlands
where Hendrix
was a great place.
did his first shows.
Yeah, I miss all of it. We didn't know really.
Peter,
we didn't know how
I've got
good
a
we had
question for you, Peter, we know that we're musicians. We love to play on stage. Where do you see, and how quickly do you see us getting in front of people? And how do you see, as a club owner and a venue owner and a promoter, how do you think what's going to work?
Well,
I know where Steven was going. Like, I mean, we're gonna open a new one in Nashville. We were gonna open it the tornado came, and then this came. We were a couple days from opening. It was 2 days.
I was gonna be there playing it.
Kenny was coming. We were doing Soul Live with George Porter from the Meters. It was gonna be on the weekend of the 13th of March. We were opening Brooklyn Bowl Nashville, but I can tell you that'll be first. It'll be before, I think, New York and Vegas. And I think that's what's going to happen. I got my fingers crossed that we'll be able to pull it off in the next few weeks, plural, maybe at first without a show, but just get open, reduce capacity, being as safe as possible. You're going to be wearing a mask and hanging out. I think the beer will be cans. You won't be doing draft. I think, but I think shows won't come at first, but I'm hopeful we'll be doing shows this summer. at the Bowl in Nashville.
Mhm.
I think, and then Vegas will come, and maybe that's a little after that. But I'm hopeful that this fall we have a show at the Capitol Theater. I have two, or Brooklyn Bowl, New York, Vegas, Nashville. I hope I have a festival in Virginia lock-in. I'm hoping we can pull it off in October, because by then I think there'll be a rapid test.
Yeah.
In 4 or 5 months, there'll be something that exists that hopefully we don't even know. It's not here today, Stephen, but there's some genius working in a laboratory or make it. They have the tests and they're getting faster. And to make everyone feel a little better, I have a guy I work with who told me that he took a test yesterday for his kid's high school graduation in Mississippi. And he said it was like a 10, 15-minute test. And so if they have that, I don't know what it costs, but, in a few more months, plural, I think the ideal thing is until there's a vaccine. When there's a vaccine, we'll just all be fucking going nuts, But before then, you'll take that test and you'll come. And now the bowl is cool. I didn't build it that way, but you'll want a venue where you can line up and go in at 5, 5:30, 6, not to wait. So a venue that has, food, a hang, a vibe, the bowl, because you're going to want to hang out for 3 hours, 3.5. If everyone shows up at 8, that's why arenas and amphitheaters, they probably won't happen this year, because even if there's a test, how do you get everyone in? And you're going to go in 3 hours early and sit in a seat for 3 hours.
And what about the economy? You deal with managers and promoters and bands. Everybody wants to get paid, but not many people are going to have money to buy tickets and gear. And are you going to look at are we dropping ticket prices? Are we dropping band fees? Is everything going to get lowered away in a sense? Because I'm cool with that. I'm just thinking you're on the other side. I like to play drums, but I never had that conversation about how bands get paid and laid,
Well, hopefully you know the laid part. Hopefully you do know that part.
Yeah.
I know. Come on. It's a good question. Some of this, no one has the answer. I wish that, what I'm doing is just imagining how I'm going to try to do it. Lock-in, my festival in Virginia, will let people, hold on, I'm still a parent while I'm a rock club owner. Hold on. Shut up! So I'm talking here. I'm trying to get shows back. Sorry about that. I still got it. I was going to mute it, and then I was like, fuck it.
Pete, are you
but back to lock-in, we'll take people. I think we'll line up for 3. Would you line up for 3 days early? Come in on Tuesday for a festival. It's 4 nights of music and camping. Starts Thursday. You come in, you camp, you have an RV. I think so. So the big festivals, Jazz Fest can't happen because it's 70,000 people in New Orleans. Gov Ball can't happen on Randall's Island. Life is Beautiful, not going to happen downtown Vegas. 70, those are going moved all to next year. But I'm going to try to do my thing in Virginia because it doesn't end at 11 p.m. So no one's going to line up for 5 hours, get a ticket test to go in and leave at 11. But if you're doing a 4-night camping festival, I think they'll line up. So I'm trying to think through stuff like that.
That was my question. That was my question to you, Peter, because you think about it, it's really about experience again. And so if you have some space, if you think about the types of things people can do prior to getting in, right? That can all be part of the experience. And you can think about how you bring people in through something where there's some form of social distancing.
You're nailing it. Yeah, I think you're nailing it. You're going into, that's why you have that, whatever, that purple being behind you, because you're creative.
Purple angel. Yeah, because see, I truly think, man, the more I think about it and talking to people, I think the real combination of a live event with limited kind of people tied to a live streaming infrastructure using delivery services to deliver experiences that people can have in their home. I think what's going to happen is a lot of people are going to want to have home parties where they're going to feel good. That part, I think, will explode. And if we can bring a live experience into that home, because now we have two-way communication, right? It's not just a one-way stream. I can now bring them into my club or what.
I don't. It's funny you say that. So, Scott, I mean, that's why you're the technologist, because I'm where. Well, you're right, because that didn't happen. I'll give you an example. We're doing I've just started something called Fans, where we're doing streams And like this weekend on Saturday night, we're doing a dance party. And if you're dancing at home, right, we can take an image of you and put you on the main feed. You know, we're going to do, I think we'll do an artist at the Bowl in Nashville in the next couple of weeks without an artist, without an audience, and stream it. And I had the idea to have the artist, the encore, that the artist would be, everyone will make a sign. I mean, I'm giving it away now, but fuck it. Telling them we were going to wait to it now. You know, everyone will draw a sign at home and they'll pick the song they want to hear for the encore, right? You're all seen when you go to the show. And sure, you guys are playing. Maybe someone's holding up, you know, and the artist will play a set. And at the end, we're going to show them the Zoom, all the people at home with the signs they made.
Right.
And the artist will pick, I'm going to pick, you know, this person in Cleveland, and then we're going to put them on the feed, and they're going to get to say, I want you to play this, and then they're going to play it. So I'm right where you are. It can go both ways, but listen, that still doesn't have the magic of being there and being live. Obviously, you guys, that's what you guys do. And,
so Peter, the magic of being there is important to all of us, and I think everybody but Derek Day is old enough to remember when like AIDS came along and wearing a condom became very serious. And we all thought when they get a cure for AIDS, they'll be fucking in the streets, right? And it didn't happen. So like us being able to get a bunch of people in a concert, or in a room at a concert is similar. So when you was talking earlier, the picture I got in my head was like, you know, this like a porn industry solution. Like if you want to be on set, you bring your papers that said you got this test. Then you get
what I want to get is just a quick test. You don't have to have any paper. You just show up at the door.
But it's similar. You come up to the door, you get a quick test.
That'll start. It ain't gonna be great. That's till there's a vaccine. That's for a year. Unfortunately, I think there'll be some of that for a year. You may not have to. When we first get going to Nashville, my gut is there's probably not a test. You'll have a mask. It'll be half capacity. Hopefully you'll get used to the mask, but I think we're going to have to deal with some shit like that. I think it'll be, you know, that's, maybe there'll be some smaller environments, but it'll still be masked, Norwood. I mean, that's, I don't know, until this thing, I hope someone can get something faster. But.
You know. The outdoor, if you think about it, movie theaters, like outdoor drive-ins and stuff. I mean, again, it's just I see block party style type of events and things that can happen that can tie into this stuff.
Outdoor is going to be good. Outdoor is going to be helpful.
Great.
I don't know. I don't get the movie theater, the drive-in. You know, you're so far from the stage. You're in your car. You're going to a fucking drive-in, so you're not with people. But then how do you go to the bathroom? How do you get a beer?
Well, those are the issues. Yeah, the gig is going to be, it's all going to be about trust, right? It's all about building trust. I mean, I can see a mass group of companies starting up now, you know, like Safety Clean, and all they do is they handle events, and they come in and they got UV lighting things and stuff, and they come in and they make it all.
By the way, you're nailing it all. I mean, that's coming.
Yeah. There'll
be some UV lighting, but you know what? I went to Bear Mountain last week, just hiking a place about an hour and a half, 2 hours north of New York City. It was a beautiful day. The parking lot was full. And I know we've all been seeing people, and there's debate about should we open, when do we open, but I could just tell you the human spirit, you know, it was full. There were people hiking. It was more youthful with young families. Some people had masks on, some didn't, you know, but people were near each other. The bathroom was spaced out 6 feet. It was pretty natural, organic, not ideal. I think if we announced we're doing a show, you know, if we're doing James, if we're doing Fishbone, we're doing you guys, Kenny O, you know, people are coming. I think people will come. You know, it's just a matter like when we can align with the legal and the right and the vibe. And because people now, they know, they feel, think about all of us. Who hasn't seen a show before for 20, 25, 30 years? We haven't seen a show in 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy. Each of you guys, you barely went a week, any of us. Never went a week without seeing a show. You guys playing. I mean, how many shows has Fishbone done over 20 years, 30 years, right? You never went to. So we all are going to need it. So that's going to be part of the equation. You know,
they're like in the current paradigm, it's like, there's, you know, Fishbone, my other band, Trulio Disgracias, which you know, like, within both of those bands, there are people who maybe have some underlying conditions. There are people who live with people that are high risk. So anything that I do when I bring those people together, I'm looking to be ultra responsible because it goes beyond me. So I am concerned about all of these things.
I think one of the things we're seeing is the data is now starting to show some pretty strong signs that it's working in our favor now. We're finding out how many people have it, less people. I mean, who's getting it and stuff. So there's some isolation. There's a lot more. We're going to have information.
Yeah,
now
it's going to be trying it out. What we're talking about, like I said, the first time we open, we won't even be doing a show.
Yeah.
We won't even get to the shows, Norwood, until we know we can have some people there and not going to blow up. We're not going to go right to a show.
Yeah.
I mean, the important thing you said was test, right? That's beautiful.
Yeah.
The ability, if you can test at a show, hopefully city, county, state, country is ramped up to be testing properly.
Well said. I just believe, I don't think it's going to be there in the next few weeks, but I'm hopeful in the next few months that will catch up. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's shift gears just for a sec, because I want to talk, Peter, you have so much stuff going on. We could probably talk to you for 3 days and not cover it all. But first of all, I'm real interested in your head count. Head count, you're the CEO of an organization that's committed to registering young voters, and you've used concerts and venues as the vehicle to do that. What's going on with head count now, and how are you doing that now in such an important time in an election year? How's that happening?
Thanks for asking about it. Well, I learned at Wetlands. And I know Norwood knows, but maybe hopefully each of you guys remember, so Wetlands was before the internet. So in the 90s, how did you get people together to talk about voting or Amnesty International, Rainforest Action Network, or, social justice issues? You want to get a group of people together. You go to where do you get that meeting? There was no internet. So at the school, at the library, in the park, or at the rock club. So it was a really powerful way to be let's meet up at the rock club before the show. It was down in the basement, and all those organizations would gather people. So I learned firsthand at Wetlands the power when it works, when you bring activism and consciousness, together with music. That's where a lot of rock and roll started.
Sure.
Coming out of that. And so it was really powerful at Wetlands and stayed with me. And then Headcount, the idea was similar. Let's take while we're at shows or festivals, big ones often, and let's engage and encourage people to participate. It was really about getting young people, right? Where are young people at the Rock Club for Wetlands? Where are young people we go to Bonnaroo? Let's go to Outside Lands. Let's go to all the club, bigger shows. And we had just in the beginning, before Corona thing, Billie Eilish, every show she was doing, we were there, with a setup. So those kids are 16, 17, 15. Those are the ones we got to turn on and make sure they know it matters. Look around. I mean, that's one thing I'm hopeful for is there'll be change, and we had big engagement numbers. Obviously, everything's kind of screwed up now. There's no shows, but it matters, voting. Look, we're living it.
Well, my hat's off to you for getting people registered and voting. And I
hope we can get a bunch of them now. We're trying to be creative. And now, it's a big issue, the whole vote at home, as you guys know. And we're engaging in that because, we can't go out to shows. So we're being digital and trying to be, it's too bad because we were going to be able to hit a lot of people. And a lot of people register to vote getting a driver's license. And DMVs are closed right now.
Right. Well, and then finally, I just want to ask you, the jammies. 2006, Little Feat are part of my extended family, and I know that they closed out your 2006 jammies.
Big jam.
Yeah, with Hubert Sumlin and Charlie Musselwhite, all those guys.
Yeah. My boy Hubert.
Yeah, I love Hubert. Yeah, people ask about bringing it back. Lock-in, you know, what I love doing is is helping set up collaborations. And we do that at the festival. And then I just love doing what I do. And then sometimes you got to move on. Like the Jammies was great, but I ran, you know, it got too big, and a certain organization that rhymes with Jammies asked us to stop. But Stephen Perkins played the Jammies.
Well,
That's right.
With Joe Satriani.
Stephen was there that year, 2006.
Wow. It was Satriani and
Grace Potter, right?
Grace Potter, that's right. Grace was amazing.
Cortez the Killer. Yo, that's got like 5 million views on YouTube.
Wow.
No, go look it up later. No, Steven, check it out. The
I will.
Cortez the Killer, Grace Potter on YouTube. It's like 5 million. It's unbelievable. Wally Waldman.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was like going nuts. Everyone watching should know this is the best part of technology, the internet, when you like can tell a story and tell someone like, watch the sax guy. Wally Waldman's just like jumping up and down. Satriani's crushing. Watch Grace Potter in the opening riding the piano seat. Like it's amazing. It's on YouTube.
Did we also
Cortez
have
the Killer.
Steve Kimmock involved?
Steve Kimmock as well. Good call. Kimmock, good call.
So Peter, I know that we're running. We've had you here for 20 minutes. I want to keep you here for a couple more minutes.
Don't leave.
We have another guest that we want
Somebody
to
you might
bring
know.
in, and I think you know her also, Peter. But Stephen, I'm gonna let you introduce our next guest. She's sitting in the waiting room, and she's ready to come on in. Stephen's having some technical difficulties. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and introduce Nikki Glaspie, because Nikki Glaspie is a badass drummer. She's a dear friend of mine. She's a dear friend of all of ours. She's got a band called the Nth Power. She does her thing, Nikki and the Homies, Dumps to Funk. I mean, just pretty much playing with everybody in the world. Done a lot of nonprofit charity work together with Nikki. I love her dearly. And the one and only Nikki Glaspie. Welcome. How you doing?
Nikki.
What's up, Nikki?
What's happening?
This girl's got one of the baddest grooves around.
Yeah.
She's got the feel, right? The groove
Yeah,
is a
you guys-
delicate thing.
Check out the Truth by Ninth Power. It's Nth Power. It's called The Truth. It's pocket for days.
Oh yeah.
Nikki, it's like remember when we were quarantined in Nashville for a week watching Girlfriends and recording?
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Fun, dude.
So Peter, you're welcome to stay with us. I know you were on a time thing, so drop.
Yeah, no, right now I want to hang out.
You can't leave us, man.
I love it.
You can't leave us.
Exactly.
I told you guys this whole, like, oh yeah, that's the history with all of us together. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, no, I'm lucky. The best part of what I get to do is get to see geniuses like Nikki and you guys play a lot. So we've had a lot of fun nights.
I think remember me and Nikki
on the kit.
Me and Nikki, we all came up to the Brooklyn Bowl in New York with Ira. Remember that time? Right.
So Nikki, how you doing? Where are you at right now, Nikki?
Austin, Texas.
And
Austin.
and for those of you that don't know Nikki, like, I mean, Nikki's playing every single day, sometimes 3 or 4 times a day. Like, especially in New Orleans during Jazz Fest, I've followed Nikki around till 8 o'clock in the morning and going like, oh man, how you doing it? So how are you getting along, Nikki, right now during all of this, not being able to get out and play and do your thing?
Yeah, man, not being able to play really sucks. But creative as much as possible, I'm playing a lot more guitar and bass and just like trying to, get better at the things that I'm not so good at.
Don't get too good, because you'll be better than all of us at everything.
Take me years, man.
Now, are you and Nick and Nate doing stuff right now? Are you guys in the same space?
no, we're not in the same space at all. Nate is actually he's in Northern Cali right now, and Nick is in Vermont. He's in Vermont right now. We're literally like as far away from each other as you can possibly get. I'm in the middle, you know. But we actually just did a live stream. Nick streamed live from the Facebook page, and I streamed from the Instagram page and just kind of like sung along and like played along with Nick, which was pretty funny. Those people were like, "This is hilarious," because I was just holding the phone like by the speaker, you know. But that was like the first time that I've been able to like play with anybody, you know.
Did you feel like it worked? Did it,
Say what?
what were the results? How did it feel to you?
Well, that's the thing is that he couldn't hear me. I was just playing along to what was coming out of the speaker, you know what I mean? And then because I have the Instagram, I went live from there, you know.
You're on mute, Peter. I don't know if you know that, but you're on mute. Looks like you're trying to talk.
I wanted to tell you something that was a great moment for me as a drummer. I want to know how it felt for you, being on the cover of Modern Drum.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only 12 issues a year. It's been around for 30 years. That's not many covers.
That's true.
You know?
About that. It's not that many. It's not many covers because when you think about how many drummers there are, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was so excited to like be on the cover of Modern Drummer. I was like, oh my god, like I made it. Like that's it, you know.
Exactly. I mean, you've got pocket, you've got punch, you're powerful, you have finesse, and you know the drum world. It's a small world of athletic finesse, you know, disciplined musicians, and I think you know you're at the top, you're like the top of the pyramid. And I was so happy to see you on the cover, and I like reading about you and knowing that you came playing you know, in church, years old, going all night, Wally's and Berkeley, and it's a great story, man. And it's just you're a great drummer, and you know, I wanted to tell you that you're inspiring.
A lot coming from you, man. I'm a big fan. Your playing is like rock solid.
Yeah, buddy.
All of you,
You know?
all of you are monsters in the music world as far as I'm concerned.
I'm looking at you guys, all this. I mean, I feel so blessed through the years of being able to play with everybody on here. It's just like, I just feel very grateful right now.
I'm curious. I have a question for all of you.
Mm-hmm.
All of you, and I know all of you very well. We all go back a long time, and I've seen all of you play with a million different people. Who have you not played with yet that you would like to play with? Who's on your bucket list that you have not had a chance to play with that you'd like to play with? I'm gonna start with you, Nikki.
I have to say Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder. All right. Derek
That's
Day.
a good call.
Derek Day, who's sitting there with the guitar, getting ready to blow us all away in a few minutes. Who have you not played with that you'd like to play with, Derek?
Nikki Glaspie. I would love to play with you. I've never played with you. It's great to meet you.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have recording capabilities here. I got my drum kit right here. I'm like sick, you know.
Well, we'll make that happen. Kenny, who have you not played with that you want to play with?
Well, I'd like to bring, you know, my whole crew, all my fam here, and maybe we do. Let's see. I mean, there's so many. I mean, we're talking about people that are still alive, right?
Right.
Sure. I think it'd be fun for us to get. I don't know. Let's get Gladys Knight and Tom Waits in a song together.
damn, that's a great answer.
With us, the backing band, you know.
Perk, who have you not played with that's on your bucket list?
Well, as a drummer, man, I always wanted to back up Peter Gabriel.
Ooh.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, he's tribal. He's sensitive. He's powerful. I love him.
Wood.
My dream job as a bassist would be to back up Tina Turner.
There you go.
Damn.
Good one. The Acid Queen. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna chime in just on a show I want to promote, a band I'd like to put on.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, Peter. What show have you not promoted yet that you want to promote?
That's easy. There's only two words: Led Zeppelin.
Ah,
Yeah.
wow.
That
I'm
was
out on that. My mic drop. I'm not gonna say anything else, but thank you guys. Right?
Wait, Peter.
Yeah.
You gave me some of my favorite shows ever. One was Fishbone at Wetlands, 9/9/2001.
Oh, before you played right before the.
Right.
yeah, that was right
Yeah.
before. That was right before you had to
And-
close
and-
this.
You turned the door and the Roots played after us.
I'm still doing the Roots late night. Some
That
things
was-
don't. Well, not right now. We've been.
That was beautiful.
By the way, Fish, and I think you guys are. Well, you know what? There's a whole nother chapter coming. What's cool is I think each of us on this thing, and Nick, even the youth, we all we can feel good about a bunch of chapters.
Yeah.
And there's a little pause here, but there's more chapters coming. And so I'm looking forward to doing another 9901, with you down the road. Well, each of you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Peter, for joining us.
I love that you remember the date. I'm like that too. When you remember, like, that best show I ever put on as a fan, 7/3/15. The Dead Soldier. I love dates, man. We're all gonna remember when this shit started, right? It's like, it's March 11th for me, like March 11th, when shit just really started to go fucking sideways.
Yep.
But anyways, let's focus on 9901. That's a better date.
All right.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you.
Peter,
Yeah.
love you, brother.
Thank
my
you.
friend.
Love that
Thanks,
guy.
guys.
So Scott, I didn't get to you. You played with.
Well, it has for me. I'm a big Keith Richards fan, so I would love to have played with the Stones, and I almost did. I got the call, and they were going to make a replacement, and then they didn't make the replacement. So I was close. I was like, oh man, I would just love to play with Keith Richards and those
Keith
guys.
rules.
That's just like that sloppiness that is so sweet and beautiful. The way he just trashes that stuff. That would be for me. I'd have to go there as a saxophone player, right?
I have
God.
to add, English dictionary should just say under the word rock and roll, Keith Richards.
Yes.
Yeah. Straight
That's
up.
That's some
all
honesty.
there is.
Honesty and playing. Hey, I wanted to ask Nikki, are you a big Jeff Porcaro fan by any chance?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was curious of what your thoughts about him were.
About what? I'm sorry.
About Jeff.
Oh, well, I mean, obviously he's like famous for the shuffle,
Yeah.
It's like when you talk about shuffles, you talk about Jeffs, and then you talk about Bernard. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, amazing player. Great.
Yeah.
Now-
That's great.
Scott Page grew up with him, and him and Scott were the first ones to ever play at Sound City.
Sound City. Jeff Porcaro was the first drummer in that studio, and it was our kid band. It was our kid band back there in the day. It was called the.
And did you guys use that old Gretsch kit that Andy had over there that we recorded on?
That was
over
the
there?
kit. That was the kit. What was so funny is I used to I had this old 57 Porsche when I was in high school, and I'd pull all the seats out. We'd put Jeff's drums, that drum kit, into that car, and Jeff would sit in the back seat and he'd put drums on him, and then we'd pile the stuff, and then we'd drive to go do casuals. Used to do that all the time.
So cool.
Back in the day.
So we are running
Perkins,
low
you
on
rocked
time.
that kit.
We're down to the last 5 minutes of the show.
Mhm.
I think Derek Day, you've been talking so much. I think we're going to give you an extra couple of minutes. Let's rock us out, Derek. Give us something. Let's see how it goes. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Guys, thanks so much this is awesome just being on this, first of all. Like, it's just so cool to see you
'Cause
guys.
you're
I haven't
awesome.
seen you guys in years. You're awesome. All right, here's a cool little, I don't know. Here's a song from a Colombian artist, Juanes. Just a quick little thing, get us out of here. I hope it sounds good. How's it sound? Good.
Bust out the Colombian.
Gotta bust it out, Colombia. Oh. Tengo la camisa negra, porque negra todo el luto que tengan en el alma pena es por culpa de tu embrujo. Sé que tú ya no me quieres y eso es lo que más me hiere. Que amo la camisa negra, luz malguera que me duele mal. Parece que solo me querés y fue pura todito tu mentira. Que el maldito mala suerte la mía, que aquel día te encontré poder de veneno, malevo de tu amor. Yo quedé moribundo, lleno de dolor, respiré de ese humo amargo de tu adiós. Desde que tú te fuiste, yo solo tengo la camisa negra, porque negra tengo en alma. Yo perdí la calma, casi pierdo hasta mi cama. Come on, come on, come on, baby. Te digo que disimulo. Tengo la camisa negra y debajo tengo 10 puntos. Acércatelo cuando quieras, mamita. ¡Uy! La camisa negra, tu amor no me interesa. Lo quiero en supa gloria, hoy me sabe pura. Miércoles por la tarde, tú que no llegas, ni siquiera muestras señas. Yo con la camisa negra, tus maletas en la puerta. Me parece que solo me querés y me jura tu mentira. Que el maldito mala suerte la mía, que aquel día te encontré poder de veneno, malevo de tu amor. Yo quiero moribundo, lleno de dolor, respiré de ese humo amargo de tu adiós. Desde que tú te fuiste, yo solo tengo la camisa negra, tengo el alma. Yo me perdí la calma, casi pierdo hasta mi cama. Come on, come on, come on, baby. Te digo que disimulo. Tengo la camisa negra y debajo tengo 10 puntos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what
Thanks
I'm
for letting me
talking
play.
about.
Yeah.
More of that.
Oh, Derek Day.
You in a band with that dude?
That was fucking dope.
Derek Day. Derek Day music. That is
Derek
badass.
Day, the art bird. We love him.
That was awesome, Derek.
I think we're out of time. We're out of time. Our second show is over. That went by so quick.
What?
Nikki, thank you so much for joining us.
Damn it, Nikki. I wanted to talk about Watts.
You know what,
I had to
Nikki?
bring you back.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, let's vote now that we bring Nikki back ASAP. You know,
Yeah.
Nikki, you kind of come hang with us regularly on some of these times here when you're available.
That's awesome.
Hey, so check us out each week. We're basically going to be doing this. You can find us on Facebook at From the Earth USA or at FTE Official. And Scott, Steven, Derek, Norwood, Kenny, Perk, I love you guys. I'm going to take us out here, and here we go.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Nice.
And there it is. I love you guys.
Love you guys.
Wait.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we're still on, but we're not live anymore. So we're all here. That was, you guys, I thought that went great. That was exactly on time.
That went really good. That was, Nikki, how you doing, girl?
Yeah, good, man. I'm just like, you know, just like here, just like everybody else. Eating. I'm eating. I'm sleeping. I'm like, hot, which is good because I haven't slept in a long time. And just like trying to stay creative. It gets hard, you know, because like I'm not.
How are they down in Austin with the weed laws? Like what's the?
Nah, not happening.
They still haven't got with the times yet.
Still haven't, you know, they like CBD is cool here, but like that's it. You know.
You're missing Ventura County, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely.
We're opening up 2 more in Ventura. We're opening up one in Oxnard, and you know that other store right next to us, Funk Masters. They're gone. We're gonna open up a second store and call it the Underground, and it's just gonna be low price, the lowest priced weed anywhere in the fucking state. That's gonna be our mission of that other one.
That's great. Oh my God.
Hey Nikki, I'm gonna blow you a shotgun from Michigan.
Okay, thanks.
There you go. So Sheila,
Yes.
Nikki, say hello to Sheila.
Hey, Nikki.
How was it?
Great.
How was it?
It was good. Everything was great content, all the guests, everything. There's a little bit of issue with some sound, and some things are popping here and there. I think we lost Steven a couple times. But other than that, the guests were great. It looks like we had, I was thinking there was about close to about 100 on there.
That's pretty good.
No advertising, nothing yet.
For first time, no advertising, just putting it out there and going live. That's actually pretty good. That makes me feel like with a little effort, we could get 1,000 people watching and legitimately, you know, keep this thing going and get some good sponsors. I like it.
Nice.
All I want to know is if Gladys Knight, Tom Waits, Tina Turner, Stevie Wonder, and all those guys are watching.
Yeah.
We put that in the universe. Let's see if it works.
I've been mentioning Peter Gabriel for the last 20 years, every interview.
Yeah, but we played with Shankar.
That's true.
You guys introduced me to Shankar. You worked with, you know, we played in, you know, Shankar. I mean, one of the best movie soundtracks ever is The Last Temptation of Christ.
Absolutely. Perk, weren't we were at NAMM one year. We were doing like steel-toed slippers. We're doing a little thing at Audix, and Stevie Wonder walked by. I think you were there with us.
Wow.
And it's like I got a picture of Stevie Wonder with steel-toed slippers. I said, he came to watch the band. I mean, listen.
You know what's cool about Stevie? My buddy works, so you like this, Nikki. My buddy works for Canopus Drums, the Japanese drum maker. And Stevie came by the NAMM booth, sat down on their kit, and demanded, he said, you can use my name for Canopus Drums if you send me these drums. And they said, well, send me a kit. He goes, no, these drums, the ones I'm playing. And it was a 16-inch bass drum and a 12 and a 14. And Stevie's got those drums. And Canopus is like, you know, they're just over the moon. And that was like 5 years ago. And I just, you know, imagine Stevie going, yeah, I want your drums. I mean, they're just freaking.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
What bass you got hanging behind you? Is that your new bass?
Who, me?
Nikki? Yeah.
This is my old baby. This is my baby. It's a Japanese. So
nice.
I think an American made it because you know before the British took over, they went over there and taught.
Yeah, the old ones. They have lots of mojo in them. They got some tone.
Yeah, this thing is like ridiculous. I put like a new on it.
Oh, look at that pick art, flashy.
Yeah.
Plugged in.
I feel like this one doesn't fit because for the new J basses, you know. So it actually doesn't fit this, but I just got it sitting in there because it looks nice.
It does look nice.
And Derek,
Yeah,
Derek, your spirit was on fire, dude. Your spirit was just
Dude, that was awesome.
A killer.
That was insanely awesome.
Thanks,
Did
guys.
you
Like-
say nigger about 3 times?
No, he was saying another language. Yeah.
It means I have.
Awesome, yeah.
Tell Nikki.
Say hi.
Like, yeah, you just say nigger about 3 times. What part of the game is that?
No, yeah.
Danielle says hello, everybody.
Yeah.
I'll call you in a few.
It does. I did though, but it's the black shirt. I wear the black. I wear the black shirt. I was like, oh shit, Nikki's gonna kick my ass.
I know he was saying something different, but I was just like, what? Did he just say that 3 times?
That's. I mean, Derek.
I loved it though. It was a
Derek,
nice
you
song.
amaze me. You're fucking real.
Yeah.
Well, Kenny, you brought up the. I didn't know what I was gonna play, to be honest. But then you talked about us in Warsaw. And we played
I
drums.
got the honor of pushing around in a wheelchair while you played it. Remember, I was doing ballet dancing with my legs while I was pushing you.
Yeah.
All these people in the airport are looking at you, and we're just booking everywhere. And you're playing that on that guitar. You were playing that guitar.
Yeah, that's right. This guitar.
Okay.
Yeah, you had TSA agents holding machine guns.
Yeah, man. That was
So
fun.
all in all, I think it went well. It'll be fun to once it takes a while for it to download from the cloud, but once I get the link, I'll send it out to everyone. I'll send it to you too, Nikki, so you can check it out. And shit, I just want to all get together and hang out. Like
I know we were all supposed to be in New Orleans around this time, weren't we?
Well, we would have been going home.
A week before.
Yeah. I mean, shit, we've been at the Blue Nile on Monday night for the last fucking years doing Nikki's thing.
7th.
I was looking forward to seeing all that.
Dude, but you know what? I shared a video the other day of the performance.
Earth, Wind, and Power.
In my Instagram. It's on Nth Power's Instagram too.
Yeah, I watched it. I mean, I was bummed we didn't film the one in LA that we did with like Kofi and Ian and all like that whole crew. That was the one we did at downtown.
Yep, at the Regal.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So, Nikki, after I sat in with you guys in Nashville, I got home and my guitar was tuned to 432 because remember you guys always tuned down to that. I started writing all this stuff at 432.
Oh, really?
And it's awesome. You just resonate with the universe when you're playing with it. And it's like stuff I couldn't sing before. And I tuned down to E flat to compensate for it. And all of a sudden I'm like playing 432 and it's like this whole different range. It was like this whole different, it's amazing.
It's like a different
It's just catching up. It's catching up here because it was in the cloud for a while here. Hold on.
Oh my God.
You gotta show that.
This is awesome.
Time.
Move it over. There you go, right there.
Oh, God.
The unity.
Well, hey, I just want to say, like, tell the guys the show was amazing.
Watch this. Watch this.
That's so.
We were in the airport for like 8 hours. Remember, it was like 8, 9. I don't know. We were there forever.
Yeah. Polish airport.
All right, well, shoot. That was fun, you guys. I think it came out good. I'll send the link and shit.
Oh, hey,
You
if
gotta-
I can say something as a
Yeah.
just like on the outside
This is
looking
from
in.
our journalist here.
Yeah, on the outside looking in, you guys had a great show tonight. I thought everyone chimed in at a great time. No one was talking over anyone. Everyone got to say what their piece was and like make a point at the same time. I just thought that the whole show was amazing, amazing. Everyone did a great job.
Thank you.
So just on the outside looking in, just saying like, it was great to sit in to hear everyone. It was great.
Thank you.
Hey, before we hang up, Nikki, I wanted you to see this.
Oh yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Perkins Palace.
I got it all.
Damn.
I got every color, every sound. So come on in LA, we'll play together. I can't wait.
Nice.
That'd be insane. You two, like, cocked and loaded. That'd be just insane.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Make it happen.
That'd be amazing.
All right, you guys. I love you
All right,
guys.
Seekers.
I love you guys. We'll all talk like in the next day or so. Scott, you're gonna try and confirm Luke and Sklar. And
Oh god, this will be the rated R, maybe XXX version.
We're ready.
I love that.
That one's gonna.
I like
a little dicey.
But you got them both lined up together, right? Between the
what-
three
yeah,
of
what
you
I'm trying to
guys,
do,
the
yeah.
stories, the triggering, that's gonna be.
It'll be crazy.
Phil, you all right?
Scott, I love that statue behind you. That is amazing.
Thank you.
Love
That's my
it.
angel.
I love it.
Did she
It's
have
the
a
angel
name?
of presence. It's called the angel of now. So it's all about presence, right?
Oh, I love it. That's great presence.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. It's
What-
big,
what-
too. It's like almost 8 feet tall.
Wow.
Her boobs could be a little bigger, but
It's got a great ass, though.
Very good.
Hey, I
See
know.
y'all later. You all.
Everyone off with that one.
Norwood.
that's what I do.
All right.
Everybody was like, right.
All right, you guys. I'm ending. I'm signing off. I love you guys. Stay safe.
Thank you all.
Success.
See you.
Yes.
Excelsior.
Yes.
Excelsior!
Well said. Love you guys.
Good night,
Yeah,
everyone.